Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel once again. Time is flying here on the farm. We're getting well and truly through all the sales now. We've just got 2 more tup sales to go to. But today we're going to be concentrating more on next year's lambs because it's just a week away from tupping now. We need to sort these ladies into their tupping groups. So we're looking at genetics and we're going to be looking at which ewes suit which tups. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and most of all, I hope you enjoy. Right, so as I said before, we're going to be matching these girls to the perfect partner. But before we get into all that, you all know we have a B flock and all of them are marked with orange. So before we start love matching all the rest of the ewes to the tups that I think will suit them most, we're just going to shed off all the B flock and going to drop them off in a separate field. And also we're going to be topping all of them up with a little bit of over boost because this is perfect to give them that little bit of boost a week, 10 days before lambing to make sure they're producing as many eggs as possible, because we all want as many lambs as possible, don't we? Every single ewe on the farm gets a squirt of this, and it's basically a mixture of every single mineral and nutrient that they would need to make sure that they're in top condition, ready for the tup to go in. Basically, we're trying as hard as possible to make sure they're right for the tup. So they'll just get a squirt of this. It's a brown liquid. It's called Overboost from Osmond's. We love it, and it's our choice of thing to give to them pre-tupping because we think it does the best job. Right, Barbs? Here we go. Go on then, girls, down we go. Go on, girlies. Up, up, up. Good girls, good girls. There you go. Right, so one thing I did forget to explain for those people that are new to the channel, we have an A and a B flock here. Basically, the A flock is a pedigree clean flock, everything says purebred, and the B flock is stuff that performs slightly worse that we cross to either an Aber Black or a Suffolk now. So when I'm saying the ones with an orange spot going onto a trailer of B flock, it means they're a commercial ewe, whereas the other ones are pedigree cleans. Oh yeah, and for those people that did notice, there are no shearlings in here. I've already sorted the shearling group out, so they're all going to the new rams, to the one we bought last year, as well as we bought some ewes in last week from a dispersal sale. Really excited to see how they go. And yeah, we bought 21 of them, mixed ages. That was one of the high renowned clean flocks in the country. To get the opportunity to get some genetics we bought in, they're going to go with the new tup as well as our shearling. We're now back and we're left with all of the pedigree ewes. Obviously all the B flock are on their own, and we've also already got another tupping group which is going to the Cloistram, which is the expensive one we bought last year. So we're going to split these into 2, possibly 3, depending on how many we've got and if the numbers I have add up. All right, so we'll want 2 groups of 60 and any others are going to go with a 4th tup. A lot of these are now homebred, but there still is a few left from when we bought them in a few years ago, and all the ones that we buy in are going to go to homebred tup. It's just how our breeding system works. Then stuff that we've bred ourselves tend to go to another tup. This is just because we find that the homebred tup improves their skins and the other tups are a bit more style and length. It's just how I've gone about it, and if I see a ewe that I think might suit a certain tup, we stick it in with that. But also we have a special clipboard on here. It tells us all the tups and what ewes are related to each. I keep this every year. It comes in handy because obviously we don't want ewes going with tups they're related to. So we got this as well to keep looking at, but hopefully as we're only splitting them into 2 groups, it shouldn't be too hard a job. First group all sorted, so we got 60 ewes in there that are going to go to South from Indiana Jones. And what we did there, just as I said before, we picked anything out that wasn't related to him that's homebred that goes in there. Now anything that we've brought onto the farm is going to go to the homebred tup to try and breed them back to our own genetics so they're all producing offspring which most similar bred as possible, so that we're getting a breed type that we're producing. Really smart ewes. One field down, one field to go. So we've got 4 fields down here in a row and they work really well for tuppings. Heads down and happy, and they're in the field they should be now. Calm girls, calm. This is where I find out my maths isn't very good. There should be 60 in here. Am I going to be right with 60? Oh yes. Someone can add up. 60 ewes in that group. Can you see that? Can you see that? I don't know. Yeah, you can see that now. 60 ewes. Right, let's let these out and they're going back to their field too. Group number 2 all sorted onto some fresh grass there, tucking into that well. You see over there, they are happy, which leaves us with about a dozen, which are going to a 4th tup. The reason we're doing this is just, yeah, had a look at the breeding system, had a look at how all the lambs performed this year, and we just think those 3 rams, the homebred one, the Cowley ram, and the Southern ram were the best performing ones. So we want the majority of ewes to go to them. And then we've got we've got 2 more rams. One is very old and has basically been put into retirement this year. So Goliath is going to retirement. He's just chilling with the horses. And then we got the Irish tup. And the Irish tup, if I'm honest, I like his lambs if you want a commercial ewe, but it's just probably not, he just probably doesn't put that sweet head onto ewes that we like. He throws really nice commercial tups, but they're sometimes a bit big in the shoulder, which they look really nice and impressive to look at if you have a pen of tups, but probably not the route we want to go down breeding wise, because at the end of the day, the Clins are easy lambing, and if they get too big in the shoulders, you're kind of losing the point of that. So we're kind of probably going away from those genetics and more towards traditional breeding, like the other 3, which are more to type, as people would say, and yeah, the better performing ones too. Then finally we have 14 in here. 2 of them are going to get put into the B flock because they've completely lost the tag, so we're just going to put some red replacement tags in and drop them down because they've both lost both tags. I don't want to be mixing up their breeding, so they're better off in the B flock than trying to risk anything, so we'll quickly do that. So these, as you can see, are red tags, and we've never had to use these before, but it's basically if a ewe loses all of her tags and you don't know what she is, so she's legally got an identification, because you don't want a sheep running around without tags. That's breaking the law. 3 more to go to the B flock, including 224, which we put in already, and there's also 2 that I've just pulled out as cull ewes, one with an abscess on its side and the other one got a bad bag, which I think must be out of those that had late lambs, because there definitely wasn't any bad bags when I went through them before, so that must be that. Right then girls, time for out. Right, there we go. Come on girlies, out you go. Good girls. All right. a nice dozen there. So that is us all done. We're just going to drop those lambs in with a beef flock. Joe's is going to behave, but that is just done. It's been a long, slow slog of a day, as this day is pretty much every year we end up doing it. It's just one of them. I don't think there really is a quick way of doing it, because you got to look up every sheep to make sure they're not related. Then you got to have a look at them all. If there's one you think that's probably a little bit woollier, you want to put it with a tuck with tighter skin. If there's one that's a bit shorter, you probably want to put it with a longer tuck. It's one of them. You just got to go with it, and you know it's going to be a long day. But that is them all done. Joseph's still excited to work, and it's the third time I've backed this trailer up because I couldn't be bothered to drive across the field. I couldn't be bothered to walk those ewes all the way back to fields. Are we on? We're on. Let's get it hooked up, and then we can go and drop these off and go home. Finally, that is the day done. Just look at this grass that the beef flock have to graze. This is like some of the best grazing grass I've had all year. But before we finish, one quick thing I'd just like to say a massive well done to Soph. Obviously, I said we bought those ewes in from Pazuka Clin. Well, I didn't go. Soph and her mum went, and Soph absolutely smashed it. She bid them, she bought them. She even picked the pens for me whilst I was on the phone. The sheep look incredible, so well done to you. Massive thank you to you and your mum too. That is us done. Guys, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon.